Welcome, dear listeners, to another exciting episode of ACES, which is a chapter of ABSEC, where we do podcast of our extraordinary alumni who have done remarkable journeys and have achieved something in lives apart from their academic excellence. Today, we have a truly exceptional guest with us, Mr. Mayank Awasthi. Mayank is not just an alumnus of ABSEC, he's one of its very early graduates too, graduating in 2008 from the electrical stream with accolades that include an A plus distinction from the University of Oxford itself and a certification from the ISB in Artificial Intelligence, a passion for adventure that makes him an avid biker and adventure seeker. Mayank Awasthi's story is nothing short of inspiring. Before we begin, how are you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling good actually, and I'm feeling very happy. And I hope I would be able to share you some nuggets of my experience, which might help you all that I believe would be there. So overall, I mean, it's a very wonderful experience, and all thanks to your team and everybody. And I hope like all other kids and following kids will get, and the students will get inspired by whatever I share.
Thank you, sir. Now, before we begin with the questionnaire and tell our viewers all about what you have done through your academic journey, through your professional journey, we would want to know about your journey in your own words. Ki, what Mayank Awasthi thinks of his own life till now.
Well, this is a very interesting question. See, life is very big, and I have been through various phases in life. I mean, when I say phases, I mean all sort of phases. I mean, where like I mean, you have anxieties, where you have uh, high energy phases, where you have I mean adventures, where you even have a risk of life kind of scenarios, where you even think of crisis management. So there are like many phases that we have been gone through in my life. And I'll say so far I'm very happy with whatever I have achieved or whatever I have done. So I believe in keeping life as a journey. My belief is that very strongly. So I am not a person who will be like saying that okay I should be having too many assets and everything. Rather I believe in living because that is more important than anything. When I say about living, the interesting part is like life actually, when you call it a journey, it comes with both the phases. Sometimes you will have some periods where you will be feeling sad, or you will be worried about certain things, or you will be like depressed also. Those things also come into it because we are human beings. We have emotions, we have hormones which actually drive the whole thing in our body, right? Then there are other scenarios when you will might be euphoric, you might be feeling sense of achievement, you might be feeling of sharing and caring, and all those things come into picture. So overall, I feel that I mean I have been having a very wonderful life. I have so far I have enjoyed it very much in whatever I have done, whatever I am doing, and I believe I mean this will drive me further for another few years to make something. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for those inspiring words, sir. We also wish you the very best in whatever you wish to achieve next in your life. And we wish it to be more wholesome and joyous than the days before. Now, when I was going through your LinkedIn profile, I saw that it is full of various achievements and accolades. Like you have done ISB, you have done Oxford, and you have done an n number of things over the years in different companies. But which one is the closest to your heart? The one you feel that this was the moment where I felt that I was at my peak.
So, I mean, at my peak, I cannot say because there are many peaks I have fathomed and I have reached because I'm a avid high altitude trekker as well. So I do
Quite
go
true.
to the mountains and do travel to the peaks. And good part is my life has been pretty spread across three continents. I'll say so. I have experience of trekking couple of peaks, not just in India, outside of India also. Yeah. But then I actually go back to this one thing to year 2006, 2007, when I was a student like you and I was in ABS college. So the moment that actually I remember very well is like when I became part of a team that designed quad corporate drones. So I think you guys might not be knowing our college was one of the contributors in the quadcopter drones design, that those drones that you are seeing nowadays, like I mean, everybody is
Yeah.
using them to take videos, pictures, everything, right?
Mm.
So that we were part of the competition that was run by International Aerial Robotics Competition called, and under the head of AUVSI, Artificial Unmanned Vehicle uh, Society International, which actually hosted a series of competition to achieve a very balanced aircraft. It was not a regular aircraft. It was something which has to do solve the purpose of the NASA. It has to be silent and it has to be very, very controlled. So if you see, right, okay, before drones, the devices of flying that we had were aircrafts or helicopters. Aircrafts have lot of noise and they are little uncontrollable, whereas helicopters, they again have a different challenge, right? So designing a certain thing at that level, I mean, and on being a part of that type of competition, I mean, it came as a surprise to me because I was not even in a final year when so I came from holidays to college, and then suddenly I got to know like there's one selection process is going on, and it will be done by a couple of faculties and a couple of outsiders, and they will be like finding out. I
It
mean,
was your third year, if my maths is not wrong, 2007.
yeah, yes, it was my third year. So pre-final year, I'll say. So I came there and then like I mean I was interviewed. So they asked me about sonar, like how sonar works. So I hope you guys might be knowing sonar is sound navigation and ranging.
Yeah, yeah.
And having been a very Indian Army enthusiast, so I in my childhood itself I learned about how to fly rockets, what are the components of rockets and all, and how sonar, radar, all these things work. Right, and so they asked me, and I was able to give them the complete explanation that okay, you send the sound waves through the water, the distance, I mean, the time to reach the
Echolocation.
obstruction and echolocation, then the difference that tells you that okay, how. And they were like, this guy we should select. And then when I got selected, I was part of the team that actually worked on the signal triangulation. Yeah, but I'm purely from communication was my core area, and I still love that. I mean, to be honest, nowadays also I have a very flavor for this. So they selected us for that, and then I was part of this triangulation thing. So we were like signaling different towers and then finding out the geospatial location of a device. So basically, they consider a drone is also an electronic device. Forget about the flying part. It's what? It's a chip which actually needs to be traced. Nowadays, like things have become very simple because of the Google and a lot of TransLink and all those satellites coming. So, but I'm talking about the days when these all things were concepts and there were no robust ecosystem designed around it, and there was nothing like that. Even like chips were pretty high, I mean, pretty big. Like nowadays, you have these Arduino and Raspberry Pi
Yeah,
and all that. Right? They are SOCs, very small SOC system on chip,
yeah.
we call it. My time, they were a complete big board you have, and you have to design all of that shape. And then, so that actually brought me a lot of experience because after that, there were a couple of things that happened. First thing, like being a part of such a big thing. Second thing is you are becoming a part of a transformation that will be coming in the world, right? It's a big thing, right? And I still cherish it now also that okay, I was a part of it. Then we presented it, I mean, the whole aircraft design and all. So our concept was very weak at that time that okay, how to think through it because it was ideation and ideation of something which is non-existent. Right. Nowadays, like, okay, the moment we say drone, right, you all will think of that four-wheel rotors and the device. Then there was nothing like that. So we all had to think through it, like what exactly it will look like. And then we presented it into India Trade Fair, right? So if you go to your HOD or your director, sir's cabin, maybe they might be having that trophy and everything that we won from NSIC, right? But experience that was there in the India Trade Fair was totally different. People were coming to us and they were trying to understand what exactly we are doing. What is it? how different it is from any other thing. So there were army
You
officers.
condense down a helicopter into a miniature size version, which was compact, which was silent, and which could which in coming years would completely revolutionize hundreds of industries across the globe.
Exactly, you're right. I mean, so this is where I mean I felt like an engineer. I have done some justice to my education. As an academician, I believe that we transform the world, and as a human being, I had a leap of faith for everybody. So I mean that's bigger than anything I'll say so far what I have achieved. Yeah. So that is the answer to your
Really
question.
wonderful, sir. I mean, I am in my second year right now, and I'm already kind of imagining that what it must have been like to, work on such a project, stand amongst the people who are right in the field. And I mean, you said you had your dream, you had a connection to defense and all that. So it must have been a dream come true for you.
Yeah, indeed. It was actually something I really cherish. I mean, so um I mean there's so many stories associated to that. I mean, I went to Chavani Bazaar in Delhi to get the wheels and everything. My concept of aircraft was different, whereas the conceptual approach was different. So a lot of experience, a lot of learnings from my peers, from my seniors, from my academic faculties. Right, so it was very, very thrilling experience, I'll say, and it was actually, and that was the day I found out there's one very unique quality in me that I was able to present our product to a masses without any effort or without any problem. So that is another thing which has I have brought in like excellent communication. I'll say I learned there like okay, I can be a good salesperson. I can sell things pretty well.
You have been a project manager. You have also been a consultant across various companies like UBS and Sailor Crowd. So, what exactly does it entail? I mean, what are the things that you do as a project manager?
Well, so I mean, I have actually put on many hats in my life, as you said. So I mean, I had been a software engineer, I had been a testing engineer, I had been business analyst, consultant, as you said, entrepreneur, project manager, delivery manager. Currently, I'm the chief growth officer. So, very and all these roles have a different scopes of work. They have a different approaches of work, and they have a different needs and I'll say approaches to work. So, if I call about something around project management, as you asked. So project management, it has multifaceted area. It's very, very different from the perspective of entrepreneurs. Project management will be different. Agile project management will be different. Somebody who has a very restrictive kind of a, like machine base or lathe or service base and all that, right? There the project management will be different. Innovation project management will be different. So it's a very, very big area. But luckily, you have a person who has been exposed to all these things. So I'll share a couple of things, right? So when we handle agile projects, so agile projects are little different. Where I mean, you have to build things in a fast forward way, in an iterative way. Like you have to have repetitions and you have to build things, and then once you have built, you have to test it. So the biggest and the best approach in agile is you have to fail fast. If you have to build something, you don't want to waste your resources. So foundation of agile goes into some learnings from Japan, where they say that you should not be building things for the sake of building. You should be building things that have value, and you should not be wasting money, wasting resources. So I mean
Efficiency
everything
is
around.
prioritized in this kind of project management.
Yes, yes. So if you learn about the agile philosophy, right? I mean, it was started by Toyota. Right? So Toyota initially revolutionized it. That okay, we will be building. So they called it Kanban. Agile is little ahead of it. Right? I mean, it's a reiterative and re-engineered kind of approach on Kanban. Kanban is like, should we build it or should we not build it? Right? So there is a board that we prepared that okay, if this is most important, then we build it. If it is not important, we'll not build it. So likewise, agile also. So this is the agile project. Whereas suppose there is a project management which actually is supposed to be uh, innovation. So in the case of innovation, there's a lot of planning that goes into it. So you have to actually do a lot of estimation. Estimations is one of the core component of project management in the case of innovation. Why? Because you have to plan that how much resources you will be implementing, how many people will be working on it, what all assets that you will be needing, what is infrastructure that you will be needing. So these are like so many phases are there. Then what is the expectations that we are going to achieve from it? Everything has to be scoped out. Everything has to be well planned, designed, and defined so that the minimum confusion. And also, one on top of that, there should be a definition of done. Now, this is very common in everything, right? Normally, it is common in Agile. The definition of done has to be same between all the stakeholders, be it director of the project, be it the project manager, be it the people who are participants, be it the developers, be it the testers, whoever are there, all the stakeholders, whoever is financing the product. So everybody should know, like, okay, this is the definition of done. So this is where we say that, okay, if you have designed an Apple iPhone, it needs one button, then it needs one button, it needs to be square shaped. That's all should have same. So that actually brings in a lot of clarity, and which is very important. So I think, I mean, this is what overall I can talk about project management. Rest on nitty gritties you will learn as and when you will grow,
Yeah,
or you can learn from YouTube.
we will experience it as we move on. Now, moving on, sir. I mean, I saw your profile. I reviewed it many times when I was thinking of what all I should ask you. Now, you did electronics and communications engineering. You have then you went on to do. You have done business studies. You have done AI. You have done courses on machine learning. So, what exactly was the reason that you decided to dabble in so many fields? Like people do this kind of thing, but to go for 4 or 5 fields and do work in each of them, what exactly compelled you to do so?
Okay, so this is a very interesting question, and actually it is very broad question. Interesting in a sense that, okay, in the world there are two type of profiles of people. Okay, one is a T profile, right? And one is a kind of a W, they call it W.